And welcome back. This is ballerscuba with another update video. I'm going to be going over a couple things that have been going on the channel and a couple things that will be going on the channel in the next few weeks. I feel like this one's a little bit more important because it is going to have actual implications for what is actually going to happen pretty soon here. So I'll try to make this as quick as possible, but there are definitely a few things I wanted to talk about. First, let's talk about what has been going on the channel. For the past week or so, unfortunately, I did have a stomach bug, and I did have another situation on top of that that was kind of eating away at my recording time, and I was unable to get as much recording done as I wanted to get done. And Final Fantasy IX unfortunately suffered for that. So no Final Fantasy IX bonus videos this past week, but those situations have been solved, and Final Fantasy IX bonus videos will be starting tomorrow. So I will get that done, and we will definitely, well, I'm going to have to do a lot of work, but we're going to get that done as soon as I can. I already have bonus videos that are ready to go, so that will start tomorrow by the time you guys see this video. So look forward to that tomorrow. That was the reason, though, that Final Fantasy IX did not, well, the bonus videos did not start this last Monday. On top of that, YouTube has made a couple changes. Looks like they have launched another streaming portion of their site. I was under the assumption that there was already a streaming portion of YouTube, but apparently they've relaunched it or something like that. I'm just letting you guys know right now, I still have no interest in streaming. So that is not something that is going to be relevant to me, but hey, they did it. Good for them. They're still trying to take down Twitch. We'll see if it actually happens. But something that actually has affected me is that YouTube is no longer notifying me when people comment on my content. And that is a little concerning. There's still a page I can go to where I can see the comments. There's a YouTube page where I can go to where I can see like a feed of the comments that are left on my channel. However, it functions a little bit differently than I am used to. I used to get a notification whenever somebody left anything on any of my videos. Now, though, it only lets me know that first comment. If there's a reply to that comment, I'm not going to see it. So if you guys don't list me personally in the comment with that plus ballerscuba that they want you to do, at ballerscuba also works too, but if you don't put that into your comment and it's a reply to somebody else's comment, I'm not going to be able to see it anymore. And that doesn't sound like that big of a deal, but there has been something that I've been doing kind of behind the scenes on the channel. I know there are a couple people that have gotten mad at me for censoring, they call it. But really, if there's a fight that breaks out in my comment section, I usually just delete the whole thing. Usually fights start breaking out. It doesn't happen too often, but every once in a while it does. And, you know, things start getting really heated, and I usually put a stop to that. But now that's not something that I'm going to ever see. And that's a little concerning to me, especially if there's something that are in the posts like spoilers or flaming or, you know, racist things, which happens from time to time. I'm not sure why, but that kind of stuff I'm not going to see. If you guys do see it, I guess let me know somehow, and I will try to deal with it that way. It's a little concerning to me that I don't necessarily get updates when people comment, because I do try to stop people from posting spoilers. And that is something that some people have trouble with. And if that happens, I might not see it for hours or sometimes even days at a time, depending on when I have time to necessarily look through my comment feed page that YouTube gives me. So a small little change that might not have too much implication, but I'm going to do what I can. I'm going to try to look at that page a little bit more often than I normally did, so that I can try to catch that kind of stuff if it happens. It hasn't been happening too much lately, but that is something that does concern me a little bit about that change. And I'm not entirely sure why they did that. And they didn't make any announcement. If you go to their Google help site, they still have that you can get notifications when people comment. So they might not even be aware that they stopped doing that. Either way, though, that's something else entirely, and I'll just try to deal with that as I can. Unfortunately, there's another situation that's going on. It's been kind of a bad month for me. Lymanity, and bad month for him too, he broke his computer somehow. Well, he probably didn't do it. It broke somehow. I'm not entirely sure how. Probably it was just, kind of up there in age. But that is preventing him from making introduction music. And as a result, there are a couple games that I have planned to start pretty soon, and it doesn't feel right for me to do those games without introduction music from Lymanity. The music in those games in particular are very, very good and memorable and iconic in some cases. So we're not going to get those Let's Plays started until Lymanity has a chance to do some introduction music for it. It shouldn't be too much longer. He's told me I'm trying to help him as much as I can. There's not much I can do, unfortunately, but he's working on it. Should not impact too much about what's going on. But Final Fantasy IX is ending pretty soon, and the game that follows that won the vote video, is going to be put off for a little bit. But hey, there's at least a good reason for it. On top of the introduction music, which is there's another game that I want to do before that immediately, and we will be doing that game first, and then the game that won the vote video. It'll make sense, though, once I start that other game that I have not mentioned. I don't think I've ever even said it out loud on the channel, maybe in one or two videos, but definitely not something that I've brought up a lot. We will be getting that started first. It's a short game, so it shouldn't take too long. Not a full Let's Play, just kind of going through it. It's going to be more of a Let's Read than a Let's Play. Either way, that's what's going to happen with that. Shouldn't impact it too much, but the one that is going to be impacted a little bit more is what replaces Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, which is going to end tomorrow. What is going to follow that has already been decided, but I'm still not going to spoil that one either. I'm trying to keep everything close to the chest today, so to speak. Speaking of which, I love this shirt. I'll show it off a little bit later, and we'll have a reason why. But the game that follows, Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, is not going to get started immediately. It could be, maybe 1 or 2 weeks after I would normally have started it. As a result of though, I'm going to be doing a little bit more random stuff, a little bit more drunken stuff. If you have suggestions for those, the only criteria is that they be short and entertaining. There are definitely bad games out there that are just not entertaining. What did I try to do? Winter games. I tried to do that like 3 or 4 times. I tried to do winter games during the Olympics in 2014, and it just never worked out. The videos were not good. It's a terrible game, mostly because of the controls. It was just boring to watch me struggle bobsledding or ice skating, or I think there was hot dog skiing, something like that. Either way, it was not entertaining. So if you do have suggestions for games, once again, short, I like it 4 or less videos pretty much. So less than an hour of gameplay, or, I get bored of it or hate it by the end of that, then that'll work. Let me know in private messages, comments, however you want to let me know about those, and I'll take them under advisement. On top of that, there have been a couple developers that have reached out to me lately. By the way, a lot of this I've gone over a little bit on Twitter. If you follow me there at ballerscuba, you'll get updates like this a little bit before these update videos. I'm just kind of elaborating on them a little bit more. 2 developers within an hour, it was really weird, reached out to me to play their games. I told them that I'll consider one of them. The other one was on a Kickstarter that was obviously going to fail, so I have no interest in doing that one because the game's never going to be finished, But this other game is finished. They reached out to me because of Diablo 3 that they saw I did, and they wanted me to do the game. I've reached back to them saying, I wouldn't be opposed to it. I'd let them know that I'm going to give my honest opinion of the game. I'm going to let you guys know in the video that they gave me the game. I'm trying my best to make it sound like I'm not selling out here. They did offer to pay me, but it doesn't sound like they're going to do that. They gave me a form letter that said they'd pay me, and then they saw my channel and like, well, maybe not. But hold on, my light went out. Come on, come back. But I'm not opposed to doing, there we go. I'm not opposed to doing a game that developers send me. I'm just opposed to saying it's good because a developer sent it to me. And there are a few games that have been sent to me by developers that I'm kind of looking at. Maybe I'll do a video or two on it, just because they asked me to. It doesn't feel like selling out. Let me know how you guys feel about that, though. Like I said, I'm still going to give my honest opinion. I don't care if you send it to me or you pay me. I'm not going to say that a good game is crap or a crap game is good because of how I'm paid, That's not the kind of guy that I am. I do have other games that have been sent to me by fans. Thank you very much for those. I wish that I had time to do videos on all of the ones that you have sent me very nicely. There are a few of them that are kind of boring, though, unfortunately, and it's not, I don't look at as bad on you guys for giving me these games and I don't like them, but it doesn't feel like it would necessarily work out for a video. It's more, some of them are more like games that I would do kind of relaxing at night as opposed to upbeat for the channel type of stuff. So if you've sent me a game and I haven't done a video on it, it's either due to time or I don't think I can necessarily do it justice, or, there's lots of reasons, but there are a few that have definitely been, just not necessarily entertaining. There are definitely a couple games that I'm looking at for maybe doing a couple videos on. There are some games that I'm looking at going back to that hopefully I've gotten better at. There's some grinding that I need to do in a couple random series as well. But if you have any suggestions for those, I'm always open for that. Xenosaga 3 is also coming to a close pretty shortly. I don't know how long it's going to take me to get the bonus videos ready. It's probably going to take me a bit of time. I do need to do grinding in that game, and I do want to redo a lot of that boss run at the end of the game. I'm trying not to give any names out here because I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but that's ending pretty soon. There's going to be a lot of cutscenes at the end of the game, as I'm sure you might imagine, and I want to take a little time to go over what it's going to take to get over to what it takes to get the bonus videos done, and I'm going to look at how long that's going to take me, and it could take a long time depending on how long Final Fantasy IX bonus videos take me, but there could be a little bit of a hiatus between the end of Xenosaga 3 and the first bonus video that goes up, and that could be the reason why. And it could be spotty. It could be a little bit of time between the bonus videos, just giving you guys a heads up before that gets underway. As for the game that is going to be following Xenosaga 3, it is definitely going to be Xenoblade. I have been working on my own little rudimentary walkthrough, so to speak, for the game. As I've gone over in previous videos, the walkthroughs that I can find online aren't really up to where I want them to be in terms of telling me what to do, to be honest with you. They kind of dropped the ball in a couple places, and so I decided to write my own, and that makes me sound dedicated, and I am, and I unfortunately haven't had as much time to dedicate to that as I would like either. For those of you that are familiar with the game, I just finished writing the part where I first get to Frontier Village, which isn't as far as I would like, but I think it's far enough that once the Xenosaga 3 bonus videos are done, I could probably just move straight on to Xenoblade. I can probably write the walkthrough faster than I can actually do it, hopefully. But there are definitely some things that are holding that walkthrough back in terms of speed for me writing it, particularly what order to do everything. But just know that I'm still working on that. If you guys do have any suggestions for that looking ahead, feel free to let me know. But my own walkthrough apparently is going to be how I get that one done. So that is Xenoblade, Xenosaga, Final Fantasy 9, Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. We do have some random videos coming up. Warcraft 2 in particular, I'm going to try to do a little bit more quickly, but it is rough because I do have to practice off screen, to be honest with you. You think I'm bad in the videos, you should see what it's like the first time I see the map in a while. It's been a long time since I've seen a lot of these, and I don't necessarily remember them all that well. Let's make sure that light doesn't go off again on me. So I try to do those as quickly as I can, but I don't necessarily do it as quick as I would like. But that's the reason that they're not being uploaded too quickly. But before I go, it occurred to me that I still have something that I think you guys would be interested in. That being Skyrim. I have it in the box, completely sealed and everything. I got it for a present. I believe... Actually, I know Buttercrust gave it to me, but when I was starting to look at the DLC for the game, I saw that it was actually cheaper for me to get the whole package due to a Steam sale than to just get the DLC. Maybe they've changed that, but that was the case at the time. So I didn't install this one. There we go. I didn't install this one. So I still have it. It is still a Steam copy. It says games for Windows on it, but when you look on the back, it says that you're going to need a Steam account. So it's still a Steam game. If you guys are interested in this, let me know in a private message, and I will do a random drawing to see who gets it. For a bonus. All right. For a bonus, tell me your favorite of the 3 on my shirt. Let's see. Can you guys see my shirt? Not really. Hold on. Here is the shirt. There are 3 distinct things on it. There is red here, there is blue here, and green over here. If you recognize these, it might take a little bit of studying to figure out, but if you do recognize these, let me know the title of your favorite of the 3. I'm sure those of you that do know what these are know what I'm talking about. Private message me those. Do not leave it in the comment section, and I will give you a bonus entry into the raffle for Skyrim, and we will see who wins that. And that is what I wanted to talk about in today's video. Sorry, I went a little bit long there, but if you do want more updates from me, feel free to add me on Twitter. I do update that one a little bit more regularly. Feel free to add me and leave me messages on Steam and Skype and Snapchat and League of Legends, where I'm ballerscuba 1, and Battle.net, where I'm ballerscuba 1436, I believe it is. But with that done, that is going to do it for today's update video. Hope you guys do look forward to the upcoming videos that are more gaming related. Thanks for watching.